So, he's back. If you somehow don't know who he is or what he has done, I only have this to say to you.
Alright, what's up, guys?
What's up, Tomas Boss?
Oh, this video was brought to my attention, and I seen the title, and I was like, fam, what is going on?
Honestly, I don't know.
Like, this is wild, bro. So, the video is titled Just a Robot is Just Racist. For those that are new to my channel and don't really know too much about me, like, from 2016 all the way up until, like, the beginning of 2020, or like almost the halfway point of 2020, I was getting into it with Just a Robot, his fans, his friends, well, YouTube friends.
And it was all your fault.
Like, literally anybody that was like a fan of this guy or friends with him. So yeah, it was pretty crazy and hectic, and I overall just wanted to see this video to see, like, hey, so like what's this all about? Like, I'm just curious, because yeah, I'm like, when I sit down and think about it, I think back on the video that I made about, like, so for those that don't know how this whole situation between me and him, why we've gotten into it, so back in, well, I do reaction videos, but back in 2015, 2016, when I was like uploading a crap ton of reaction videos, throughout that time, people that did reaction videos was just getting a massive amount of hate.
Which was all deserved. They were content thieves.
You had commentary channels like left and right, like, hating on reaction videos. So at some point in time, me and Just a Robot's paths had crossed, and I think I remember that's what really like fueled the fire between us, was that. So I made a video defending reactors. He made a video responding to that. I made a video just pretty much saying this video is stupid. I'm not going to sit down and watch a video about me. Like, I got better things to be doing with my life.
You work at a coffee shop. You don't have a girlfriend. And you live with your parents. I doubt you have much of anything to do.
And from there, it just was chaos. Like, constantly having him and his fans, like, going off of my comment sections, trying to, like, justify, like, you know, why they're attacking people that do reaction videos.
No, they weren't attacking them, they were just criticizing them.
I'm like, bruh, people watch it. Like, okay, I stopped, but it's like, alright, there's somebody's just gonna go to some other people that do reaction videos and just go to them. Like, it doesn't matter, so.
It mattered enough for you to respond to it.
Yeah, let's see. Shout out to prison mate, Luke. And, let's go ahead. Full screen. Here we go.
This video is here now. Just a Robot, or Jar for simplicity, responded to myself quiet, but not anymore. Because when I decided to dig into Jar and his channel for a general response to him, I realized how awful he
Why are you wringing your hands like a James Bond villain?
And I feel like he cherry-picked my video over the guy that he made a video on, Kai's, for two reasons. One, to say that I took things out of context, because I edit down my videos for the sake of time. It's easy just to make that argument, when all of the gotcha points in his
it's like, that's a fine one to talk about, taking things out of context. I don't know how many times where it's like, I've said more than just one thing in the video, but him and his fans would just point out that one thing. And
What? How it's that taking things out of context?
But my personal favorite part of the video is him justifying Toby sexualizing multiple underage characters. I'll play it now.
Now, to be fair, while the age of consent can range from 16 to 18 depending on what state you're in, anything below the age of 18 is still considered to be cheese pizza. But still, Luke, Kaya, Anya, and a few other people don't think Toby is a pedo. I'm just gonna say there are a ton of not safe for work images of My Hero Academia, but because it's not Lolly or Shota, I don't see too much of a problem with it. But as Manga Common said, she still shouldn't be doing this. If Todoroki looked exactly the way he did, but his age was 18, would it suddenly be magically okay?
I'm just gonna say this. And I made like a video talking about it with the whole like James Charles situation. And I said, if I was saying she, but it could be he or she, whoever, if they aren't old enough to go into two things. If they can't do two things, they too young for you. If they can't go into GameStops and buy a rated M video game, or if they can go in there, buy rated M video game, show ID and get it, and transactions complete, and they could go home and all that stuff, okay, all right, they over the age of 18.
Don't you mean under the age of 18?
to really put it to the test, if they could go into a bar and drink, show ID, and everything is good, then they over the age of 21. So you
That's not true.
But you don't need the Toby videos. You can just look into Jar and his channels and you find a clear pattern of racism that's continued all the way until today. And the funniest
That's
part
wild.
to me is that it's really easy to find it all. In fact, it started off like this. One of his first videos was on the Confederate flag, where the video just boils down to the flag isn't racist because there were black slave owners, and that just because a
What?
few racists use the flag, it doesn't make it racist. Comparing
It's
it
like,
to
fam, it's if anywhere you see, that's why it's like any place that does have the convention, you don't see like no, like the White House, the Capitol, like any like political like type place out there, you don't really see it having no Confederate flag. Like even if you, my thing is like even if you are like a known racist, it's like you're gonna have that stuff like in your house like hidden somewhere and things. That's why like that's they ain't gonna have it like out and about. But it's just a lot of people in this day and age. I'm like to just let y'all know it's like anybody that see that flag, it's racist. They ain't know, oh, it back in the day. Like I know people they try because I know it was like with the swastika, like it always wasn't used as something to define like Nazis. But if you see it, like I think we get a clear idea. It's like we ain't gonna think back on like, oh, like this is because I feel like when people when they do stuff like that, when they have the Confederate flag or they have a swastika and they're like, oh, I'm using it for its original meaning, like it always wasn't something racist. I feel like they're one, like they are racist and they just don't want to admit it,
Or they're just cultural appropriating.
or two, they're just doing that stuff for attention. Because I'm like,
Like you?
fam, there's so many, you can create your own symbol. Like literally anybody can be an artist. You can create your own symbol. You can create your own flag. When you use Confederate flags or swastikas, a lot of people is going to see it as like, this person is racist.
No, I think that's just a you problem.
The year after, he made a video where he responded to a BuzzFeed video about Native Americans, where he again not only used other groups of people doing horrible stuff to justify not caring, he also says that when he thinks of Native Americans, he thinks of the stereotypical one from King of the Hill, which would be fine had he not gone on to berate some of these people for not looking Native American enough to pass.
What the fuck does a Native American look like?
Okay, bro, you look like you're barely Native American. You could easily pass for a white guy. When I think of a Native American, I think of someone looking like John Redcorn, not a white boy with black hair. If white privilege is so amazing, then just say you're a white.
My thing is like if somebody comes up to me, because there's one of my friends that I used to work with, he told me, because I think I can't remember how we got on that subject, but he told me how he's not like fully white, but he does look white. But he said he was like, I can't remember what he said he was, but it was like, oh, okay, well, now I don't refer to him as just like a white person. I'm like, I wish I had to like text him and ask him like, hey, like, where is your mom from again? Or like, what was the like other thing that you was mixed with? Because I'm like, yeah, it's like when the person, it's like when it's just like with the whole like he, her, him, he, or her, she, whatever, like, those things though, y'all know what I'm saying, but
No, I never have any idea what you are saying.
and it's like that stuff where it's like a person will want to be referred to as he or she or they. You just have to have respect for it. Like I just like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the videos that Just Robot did was just unnecessary. It's like, fam, who cares?
33,666,373 people.
Like you're doing this for your own like hatred towards it, for however you feel towards it. It's like nobody cares.
Dude, you're somehow getting less views than me. I have 22 subscribers. And you have 24K subscribers. Do you see the problem here?
That's why I was like, at the end of the day, the only people that was really watching his videos was his fans. It wasn't like it was anybody else like outside his circle.
You have no way of knowing that.
So
Guy, you could easily pass for one.
Oh, that's not all. That's not even the worst part. He has a video. He has multiple videos where he just says the hard R multiple times. One of them's during his Rice Scum and iDubbbz video, and I could dig up more if I wanted to make sure I don't get monetized. But here they are. Enjoy.
Well, what's the context? Did he say it in a song? Did he call someone it? Or did he just say it? Why is it bad when only white people say it? If he was Asian, would it be okay? If he was black, I know it certainly would be okay. The only time I remember him saying it was when he said, "Say nigger." But even then, that was to make fun of a white girl. Oh, so your thumbnail maker is either a racist white person or
Wow.
a clean...
Wow, man. Oh, man. This guy, he beat me to the punch. Like, I feel like I had years to, like, dig this. So I should have been watching his videos. What was I doing? Man, dang. Oh, my God. Like, it's just, it's funny because there be people out there that will comment and say, like, why is it such a problem? Why is it that it's a thing that you just don't do? It's even my thing is, even if you're just, because there's been numerous times where people have been like, oh my god, like I heard there's this like person went on this racist rant, and they'll be telling me about it. And when they are telling me about it, they're like, oh yeah, he was saying like calling her the R, and he was saying all these other like racist derogatory names. That's how they would like they would say it, right? That's how they would say it. That's how most people would say it. That's how a person would say it if they're not racist. But I feel like a person that's like, oh, I don't see why it's offensive. I don't see why it's like, look, if black people have been saying it's offensive for all of these years, it is offensive.
Black people are not in charge of what offensive and what's not. No race is.
Period. Okay, there shouldn't be no arguments about it. There shouldn't be no, oh, well, maybe not. No, there ain't no, oh, well, maybes. There ain't no, but what if. There ain't no none of that. Okay, nothing. It is offensive. Period. Okay, you can't. My thing is like, yes, black people say it. There's so many other different people out there in the world that say it too. All right. At the end of the day, if black people are saying it, you just let them say it. Okay. Just leave it to them. Leave it to all black people, okay, across the world. Leave it to them that says it. But once when somebody else outside that circle of black people, when they say it, it's like, that's like letting out a loud scream.
What you just said there was racist. If white people shouldn't say it, then black people shouldn't say it.
That's setting yourself up for failure, pretty much. And it's like, if you, my thing is like, okay, and I've said this for years now. I've always said this: when somebody wants to really put something to the test, go up to somebody, go up to a black person and ask them, is it okay for a white person to say the N-word?
Well, I think that depends on the black person. Black people are well people. One may find it racist. One may not.
That's what.
It's funny, there's this commercial that I just seen, and I'm like, to kind of add on to what Prison Mate Luke was saying, there's this commercial, because it's like, it's not okay to just say whatever you want to say to people. I've never just went up to a person and just been like, oh, I'm just going to say whatever I feel like saying to them, because they should be okay with it. You shouldn't be mad about what I'm saying to you. So there's this, I think it's a candy commercial. I think is it Kit Kat? No, it's not Kit Kat, because they're doing those one commercials with the short people and the candy. It's like, anyways, but I think it is, I don't know. But anyways, it was some commercial, and the guy was like, he looks at the dude's, or he looks at the girl's father and was just all like, your daughter, she kisses so well. Why would you say that to a person's, to the girl that you're dating, her father? Why would you say that?
It sounds like they were trying to make a compliment.
With that, he has multiple videos of just having blackface versions of himself. And he can't say it's another character because one of them he literally says is just him.
And he is white, because he did post a video of himself, and I remember using that. I remember for the longest I always like get on him about that. It's like, bro, like, stop being this robot character, be yourself. And I remember he did post a video of him being white. So it's like, bam, you messed up. Just saying, you messed up. You messed up bad in this one.
No.
My favorite part is that he has a problem with the Witcher show because he can't tell the different places apart because there's racial diversity in the cast.
Well, let's just go with the argument. It's a fantasy world. They can do whatever they want. Well, because they make every town and village look like New York City with how diverse it is, I never know where the Witcher is in the show, because every place looks practically the same. If one kingdom was more white or one kingdom was more black...
Why does it matter? That's what I'm like, when it's small details like that, when people bring up in a TV show, I'm like, fam, it is a show. It's like, you got, who cares? Like, man, just watch the show. Like, my thing is like, look, if people like that, where it's like I'm watching the TV show and then they start asking questions, it's like only the writers will know that. I do not know that. I am sitting here watching the show for the first time, just like you. So how am I supposed to know what city, what place they from, or whatever? I'm like, it doesn't matter. We watch the show for the cinematic stuff, for the cool effects, for the storyline, for the emotional acting and all of that. Like, that's all that I care about when I'm watching this show.
Why am I not surprised?
There's also this part where he talks about the Harry Potter play that I'll just show in full.
And of course, there was that infamous Harry Potter play. Here's the Harry Potter cast for the movie, and here's the Harry Potter cast for the play. Notice anything different? That's right. Ron is not a ginger. Oh yeah, and also Hermione's black and really ugly, but Ron is not a ginger!
By the way, in case he says something, that's the context. He just insults her and calls her black. That's it. His Steven Universe videos are great too. His first one has him going on a whole ramble about how gay people have it worse than interracial couples. He also, again, brings up how black people treat gay people the worst. He also just flat out says that people who hate interracial couples aren't part of the problem.
Understand there might be a few people in my comment section completely missing the point of this video and taking the least charitable interpretation possible. Please understand, I'm not saying people who don't like interracial couples are a problem. I'm just saying people who have a problem with same-sex couples is a way bigger problem. Like, it's not even close.
Also, you know that interracial gay couples...
I'm like, it don't matter to me. I'm like, I will go to a gay... If I'm like friends with some gay people and they invite me to their wedding, so be it. I'm gonna be there drinking Red Bull.
But you don't speak for all black people. You only speak for yourself.
Wearing Jordans. One of my mini Jordans, or my, if I clean them, but my J. Cole Dreamer shoes, but any of...
God, you have an obsession with your shoes. Why don't you just marry them already? Also, do you not have a wardrobe? You have the messiest bedroom I have ever seen.
This ain't about me. It's about this guy, alright? This is a good video, by the way.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Especially since people are only catching on to you now. Your whole career has been a pattern of either blatant racism, or racism hidden under the guise of being deep or a new perspective. Even without all the racial stuff, you have a habit of throwing people under the bus and just being terrible. You argue with your own fans about your screw-ups, and refuse to see a different side of things. You're very fucking petty, too. You don't think people notice how your arguments boil down to, no, you are. I'm not racist, you are. I'm not triggered, you are. One last thing before I end the video. If you wanna...
I know, I remember, because there was like... I remember the one night when we got into it, and that's what led into, like, his fans just attacking every video that I uploaded. I mean, every video from, like, late December 2016 all the way up until maybe, like May of 2020, like at the halfway point of May or something. Between that time, every video that I uploaded, and you guys can very well just go back and just look at any videos from May 2020 and all the way from January to December 2019, all the way to January 19, and just keep going back all the way up until December of 2016. Yeah, you'll just see, like late 2016, December 2016, you'll just see a bunch of my videos just getting like rated with dislikes. But I remember the night when me and him, when we got into it, cause he was all like, oh, I want to give you some advice or help you in things, or he was like, let's do a deal, and then he was just like, you let me give you advice. It was some dumb stuff, and I'm like, fam, I don't need nothing from you. I'm never gonna need anything from you. Next thing you know, he just started throwing a fit in my comment sections, and I remember I said that, and I was just like, bro is out here like whining and crying about like some dumb stuff. I'm like, fam, I don't want nothing from you. I'll never need anything from you.
He didn't get mad at you because you didn't accept his deal. He got mad at you because you made 3 videos full of lies.
From someone who doesn't have a melanin count of 0. Now, don't go harass Jar or anyone I mentioned. It's unneeded. I just wanted to get out there that his response was in fact...
I feel like I'm gonna do this video and I'm gonna just get so many Just a Robot fans like, oh, you still not... I'm like, bro, I'm just reacting to a video. I'm not trying to like start up anything. I'm just...
When do you ever try?
I could have probably been a much more bigger YouTuber a long time ago, but yeah, it's like when I seen what happens when you get into beef and get into like all that crap and stuff, like it can ruin your channel and stuff. So that's why I'm like, I avoided all beefs like whatsoever, but the only people that was like going off in my comment sections was Just a Robot and his fans. And so that's why I'm like, like from now on, I'm just like, I just do my own thing. I just, I do my own thing, entertain my fans, because that's at the end of the day, that's all that I really care about.
Yeah, All 2 of them.
Like, just leave them alone. Like, even after this video, I know fans of his is gonna try to like come out and go after me or probably rate the videos or all my videos with dislikes again. I'm like, y'all doing that, but it's like at the end of the day, you know, like what I'm saying and what Prison Mate Luke was saying is like is right. And even his video got rated with dislikes, so it's like, you know, at the end of the day, those are his fans just overall trying to you know, like ruin the chances of something like getting big and viral. Because like my thing is that if Just a Robot is when the day does come and he's a much more bigger YouTuber, he's gonna have to answer for this crap.
He already did 2 months ago, so I finally have fan art. They were both made by Jojo Fan Brett. The first one shows me in a maid outfit. I can finally live out my dream of being an anime girl. The second one is of me in my default outfit. It looks really cute. And I can now live out my other dream of being a chibi clone. I would like to give a massive thank you to Jojo Fan Brad. I've always wanted fan art. If anyone else wants to draw fan art of me, go for it. Just make sure to tag me on Twitter, so I can showcase it at the end of my videos. My waiting has finally come to an end. Prepare to die at the hands of the world's most advanced computer. Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ